Mwah, mwah, mwah. How you doing, baby? Happy Sunday. And today on Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. When you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel, Shakenya, and hit subscribe, guys. Look at some of the videos, and if you see anything that you like, just hit share. That's all I ask of. That's all I ask of you. Yeah, it's not hard to do. You'll make the person in me so proud and happy, the little person in me. Yeah, so y'all, I'm gonna keep it simple and light, because you know I don't even come on Saturday and Sunday. Y'all like the shows? I know, that was perfect with this outfit. Perfect. Yeah, when I was a Lord today, y'all know I ain't been in a couple Sundays now. I know. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But y'all know what we do here on Coffee and Conversation in the mornings. We talk about our children, we talk about our family, we talk about how to strengthen the family unit, we talk about how to get along after the breakup for the sake of the children so we can raise them well balanced. We talk about a lot. And like I said, I hardly come on Saturdays and Sundays, but when I do, I try to keep it light with you. I try not to curse. I try to keep it real light and simple, and I definitely don't get into the syllabus. But do you have your baby in church or whatever religion that you follow? Do you practice that religion? You know, I asked you this before in the video. Do you practice it? Do you have your children in it? And do you live it? Do you live it? Like, I try to follow the 10 Commandments. I do. It's in the Bible. I've been raised up on it. When last time you read the 10 Commandments? I know, I was scouring through the Bible today. Just fumbling through. Because there's a lot of passages about honoring your mother and your father and how you're supposed to treat your parents. And there's a lot of that in the Bible if you've ever read it through. Yeah, but just the 10 Commandments, guys, I'm going to be honest. I try to live by it. Say, you shall have no other gods before me. You shouldn't worship nobody else. I'm him. Yeah. You shall not make idols. Worship nothing else other than him. You know. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. So I try not to use words like God, you know. And yeah, I try not to. I really do. It slip out every now and then, but I really try not to, consciously not to. Because all you can do is try. You know, nobody's perfect. But if you're putting forth effort and you're doing the best you can do, I accept that. Yeah. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. So I would say you're not supposed to work on one of them days. That holy day for you, whatever it is, yeah, you ain't supposed to be working or doing nothing. You're supposed to be relaxing. You're supposed to work the other days, I think. Because I think one of them days you're supposed to be kind of resting, not doing nothing. Number 5 is the kicker. Honor your father and your mother. And I think in the Bible it says something about your days being long if you do this thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's number 5. Honor your father and your mother. So if you in the church living by these commandments, yeah. Number 6, you shall not murder. Yeah. So I try not to kill people. I drink coffee in the morning. I breathe. I think about the consequences before the action, before I put hands on somebody. What can happen? Can this leave me in jail? You know, I think about the outcome before I do. So I try to practice thou shalt not murder. I haven't murdered nobody yet, and I'm not planning on doing so in the near future. You shall not commit adultery. Now, I've been married a couple times and I've never cheated. I'm actually keeping to myself now. It's been a minute. But yeah, married, I think that relates to, like, if you're married maybe and you're not supposed to be cheating, or ain't that what that means? Chime in, let me know, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't like being saying stuff now. Right? You shall not steal. And I don't. I hate a liar and I hate a thief. Yep, I don't steal from nobody. I do not. I feel bad if I take something by mistake. I was in the credit union the other day. You know how they got the batch of pens out, and I wrote with the pen, and then somehow or another that pen followed me to the counter from where you write your slip out at. And I'm up there talking to the lady, and I'm just playing with it. Yep, and then I put it in my pocket, and you know what? It started getting hot, so I took it out. Fixing Jesus. So I took it out of my pocket, and I asked her if I can have this pen. Is this pen complimentary? Is it for everybody? And she said, yes, Miss Wardlaw, you can have this pen. So I took it, right? But I just can't. I just can't. The next one is, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Oh, I ain't read that one. I gotta read that. I gotta go back and read that one in the Bible. I'm gonna say false witness meaning don't lie about them or something, or don't accuse them or something. Maybe that's not. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and read that one because, yeah. I think you can find all of it in Exodus. I think they have all of it kind of written out for you, maybe, so give you a better understanding. It's like the short version. And the last one is, y'all shall not cover. Yeah, I know. So I'm just reading through the Bible, and in Ephesians 6:2, it says something about mouthy and sarcastic children who demean or belittle their parents. Leadership and decision making are clearly on a path of destruction. And that is usually the start of all the children that come into my program, Attitude Adjustment, located at 15400 Grand River, Detroit, Michigan. 48227, third floor, 319. Call and make an appointment first. 313-586-2240. But yeah, that'd be the start of it. When the child first starts disrespecting one of the parents, that's usually the first sign right there that that might be an at-risk child, and you might need to seek professional help, or might need to seek, other resources that handle that type of child that's exhibiting behavior issues. Yeah, because that's the first thing you teach your child, is to respect and honor your mother and your father. So when I sit back and think about these parents that use the child against the other parent and take them out their life for no abuse or neglect, they just take them out the parent's life because they're still bitter and they're still hurt and they haven't healed from the relationship. Yeah, and they use the child as a pawn. I know. Or use the child as a pawn against the other parent. Yeah, I wonder if they think about their child's salvation. I wonder if they think about that child, how that child's going to be judged. I don't know what religion you follow, but I'm quite sure at the end of the rope, it's probably somebody you got to answer to for all the bad stuff you did down here on earth. I mean, I don't know if that's the end result for all, but I know the way I was raised, that's it. So I'm hoping I'm at the pearly gates when I pass here, because I've done a lot of good deeds. At least I tried. So as far as your children are concerned, if they have so many passages in the Bible about your child respecting their mother and their father, and then you purposely turn them against their mother and their father, I wonder how that's going to settle with them at the end of days. Like, how would they be looked at by the Heavenly Father and by the higher power, knowing that all these years they've actually turned their back on their parent, or they refused the love of their parent, or they just allowed the relationship? Because most kids is going to fight for that love of their parent. And it depending on how much damage is caused. Like, if your child has been damaged from a young age, seeds have been planted, the abuse started, talking bad about you, all the manipulation techniques that we talk about during the week, if that has been done, that means your child has been abused for quite some time. So the damage is sometimes irreversible. Unfortunately, that's why some of you waiting to get a relationship back with your baby. You think your baby gonna come, eventually they gonna figure it out. Sometimes they never figure it out, because you got to think about it. If they're in an environment where only one thing is being taught, chances are it's gonna be hard for them to convert back to something else. Now, in my case, it's weird because the child was being taught both. Yeah, because we had two different types of raising this child. We had two different parenting styles. I don't know how that's possible, because in the marriage it was only one. And see, that's another manipulation tip that we're not going to get into right now, because that wouldn't be fair to the syllabus. But that is one that I'm going to bring up. And that's when everything is fine, when you guys are married, the parenting style is the same, the values and the morals are the same. But all of a sudden, now that y'all are apart, that person goes purposely against the grain, goes purposely against the things that you've had set, goes purposely against your structure, and interrupts your routine on purpose. So when that's done, that's embedded in your child. And see, my child was raised both ways. It was raised in a situation where it was all for family. Family comes first. And then when they go to the other parent, that parent is not for family. That parent is for self. That parent is self-preservation. Just worry about you. Forget the family. Family is just us. So those are two different parenting styles. So you got a child that's been raised both ways. That child has options. I know, ain't that terrible? Because one option they shouldn't even have. I know, fix it, Jesus, fix it, Jesus. So yeah, I wonder if they wonder how that child's dealing with it. So if you have a child that has both, hey Eric, how you doing, baby? Yeah, that's been raised both ways. Yeah, you gotta it'd be different if both of y'all was on the same page. Both of y'all was like to get family, and y'all was raising y'all child that way. And so if your child got some hateful ways and being disrespectful, at least you know where it's coming from, because both of y'all are practicing the same thing. But when you got a child that's practicing love and family on one hand, and you teaching them hate and F family on the other hand, you got a child that's torn, and a child that has to choose. So when you put a child in a position to have to choose, you got to choose your mama or your daddy, because you can't live on the fence like that. You can't love and hate like that. You can't be teaching both in certain aspects. You know, you're going to possess both of those emotions, but you're not teaching that. Y'all both can't be not teaching the same thing, right? So now you're putting this child in a position where they got to choose their mama or their daddy. Mine chose her dad. Yeah, as sad as that sounds, because how many daughters choose over their? Not many children choose over their mama. They always choose the mother. Always. So that right there should let you know how much damage was caused. For a child to hate their mother, fix it, Jesus. How much damage had to be done? How many lies had to be told? How many manipulation techniques do you have to use to make this child see something that's not there? How can you make this child see that they're not being loved when they clearly are? So if they're clearly loved, they feel that. They feel it. So now that it's gone and taken away from them, that's a void that needs to be filled, because that child knows what it feels like to be loved. Why? Because it was given to them. But consider they had to be questioned, because this other parent said what that other parent is doing is not right. Now the child is questioning. So everything that had been done for that baby and to that baby that made that baby feel good and feel whole is questioned now. I know, and this child is dealing with that. So yeah, not only is they dealing with that right now in the current, in the present, but think about the afterlife for this baby. How is that? How is that going to? Do you even care? Yeah, that's one thing I pray for every day. My children's salvation. I pray that they do good. I pray that they make the best and right decisions, because I want to see them when I cross over. I want them to be up there with me, right? So that's it for Coffee and Conversation with your girl Shakenya. I'm out. Mwah.